Let me welcome your next comedian, Kim Berns, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's a chance to start over after screwing up from not keeping the resolutions that you were supposed to keep like it was only a month ago. I'm an expert on the Chinese New Year because my name is Kim. So I go to China and, you know, people say, Kim, and like everybody turns around. It's like being a mom at a park. It's like, it's amazing. But you know, what's a name? What's in a name? When I decided to go into show business, which is clearly what I'm in right now, just that, you know, my people would say to me, you know, are you going to be mistaken for Ken Berns? And I'm like, yeah, by the people who know me really well. So, but you know, who does know me is BMW. BMW sends me these close, you know, letters asking me to, you know, drive a BMW. It's time for you to drive a BMW. Like, this never crossed my fucking mind. Like, I should just tool around forever in my minivan when, you know, I could be driving like the ultimate sports machine. It never fucking crossed my mind that I could trade it in and that they'd probably even take like my 3 kids in the back just because they want me to drive this car so badly. Now, last week I got something from Mercedes, but it was from this guy named Pepe. Pepe's Luxury Cars, and I'm thinking that was like Pepe's Tacos and Auto Parts last week. You know, so I can't see laying out the 65 grand, you know, to Pepe. It makes me nervous. But when I was younger, the people that were really after me, and this would come to my parents' house, were the nuns. The nuns with these constant solicitations of, like, come join this convent in like a country you never heard of. And, you know, it wasn't like I was like a super slut, but I was like, what am I doing with that? And you know, everybody, I mean, they would like break out. They'd be like, nun, you know, and I'd be like, Mom, it's not that funny. And she's like, you know, nobody took it seriously. And then, like, you know, nuns, it's the hardest job. I mean, these are people who devote, they're like selfless people who give everything. They have nothing, they have no sex, they have no clothes. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm a housewife, I'm a nun! And then I'm like, no, I really am a nun because on top of it, like, I married a Jewish guy. So, you know, it's like my sisters, you know, I follow this like Jewish guy who, you know, thinks he's my savior and keeps telling me about the second coming. It never happens. The people who never came after me, which I'm disappointed are the monks. Because, and you know, not that I want to be like those monks that set themselves on fire, because I'm like, oh, you know, that's a lot. But those monks that live in those really cool houses, and they make liqueur. So I mean, like, you could just be sitting around in your robe all day drinking. You know, I mean, I would not have a problem with that. And you know, I think that the only frustration would be, again, like the no sex thing. And then if you're like a silent monk, you can't like say to the other monks like, are we having sex here? You know, you can say nothing. And I actually think, when you think about it, there would probably be less monks, setting themselves on fire if the monks could talk, because somebody would scream, fire! You know, like if somebody would, but they're all standing there and they got that vow. They should rethink that. Anyway, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not frustrated about the monk thing, but I do have some anger, and the way that I'm getting it out is I designed this new computer game, because my kids play, you know, online games, but my game is called Angry Boobs. And you know, and so you got these boobs, and you know, they're not like kitty boobs. I mean, these are boobs that have been around the block, okay? These are boobs that deserve some attention. Again, hello, okay? They have not seen happiness, and they are mad about it. Jeez, what don't we get here? So, I don't know if I mentioned in the course of this that I'm raising jihad. You know, I got these 3 boys, and you know, I thought we had this moral compass going. I didn't know what was going on, but they're jihad. And you know, I noticed one day when Henry, one of them, he doesn't go by his Muslim name, he goes by Henry, but he caught me coming out of the shower, and he shrieked and he ran, and then next thing you see, all of them are online shopping for burqas. And I'm like, what's happening? Anyway, because the jihad are against fornication, it's really hard for my husband and I to sort of, do that. And so what we had to do is, this last storm was too bad we didn't lose power, because that's the only chance we had. Like with Sandy, they were frozen in their beds. And it was like, oh, now's our chance. So it's like Little House on the Prairie, like unedited. It was like the X-ray. So I'm just lying there and I'm like, oh my God, lifting the burqa, thinking about, dreaming of Michael Landon. But because I'm married to a Jewish lawyer, all I got was the Alan Greenspan. So on my last note for the day, and I thank you for coming, I do have a problem with the fact that men supposedly think about sex like every 5 seconds. The bad news is they're never thinking about you when they're thinking about that. But what I have learned to do is realize that the only way to get through my husband, since evidently this is what he's thinking about all the time, is, take out the garbage doesn't work, but hey Dick, take out the fucking garbage, and he listens. Anyway, thank you so much.
All right, keep it going for Kim, everybody. There we go.